Jack Del Rio. That's actually a natural gas. Split H2O. It's a hydrogen gas, really. And I'm gonna set this back here, and I'm gonna stop talking about it because what it's gonna do, it'll slowly change back into water. You're gonna see soap floating, and know that getting it out makes me fucking basically. I mean, I'm eating like a pig, dude. Eating like a fucking pig. If you pay to have a camera on me, people around America be like, dude, he must be throwing it up or something. No, it's not. My body is changed because of all the stevia and the absence of all the toxins. And you know what? Before I get to you and Jack Del Rio, Andy Reva, Encinitas, California, my little cousin, okay? I mean, didn't you tell me that I had actually given you more hugs than anybody else in your family, okay, when you were growing up? You know, because I was such a good guy, not a fucking pervert motherfuckers, but, you know, a loving big brother type. And, yeah, I'll tell you what, dude, you're not little at all, okay? You're fat. No two ways about it. And it doesn't surprise me that you don't have a girlfriend. I mean, you know, I've told other people that I was trying to clown them. And I'm not saying this to you, but if I was investing in their pussy futures, okay, they would fucking take a nosedive, like the stock market, you know. And if they got on stevia, you know, they'd lean up and they'd rip up. And you know what? The pussy would come off the charts, man, comparatively. You know what I'm saying? And ironically, since stevia is basically the savior of this planet, and if everybody puts it in their body, they won't die fucking from fat and cancers and shit like that. And then, you know, we use it to turn water into a natural gas, and engines can go off the same tank. It just keeps recycling, I believe, okay? It turns into fuel, it's used, and then it comes back into water, and you can take a drink with a cup. Anyway, where was I? Yeah, you owe me a little bit, Andy. The time you were getting into that party and you got cock blocked because who the fuck are you? Oh, wait a minute. You know what? It was a upscale fucking party where all the big time dope dealers were fucking kicking it, right? Big time. Was it Conrad's party? Was that what it was? You know, in that fucking mansion out in fucking, where was it? Oh, God, the rich enclave where Torrey Pines, you know? I can't even think about it. Anyhow, yeah. And then, oh no, that's Danny Quinn's cousin, all right? And you guys got in, and didn't you feel a little special, okay? Walking around the halls, I guess, of San Diego High School 10 years after I was gone. 10 fucking years? And they were still telling Danny Quinn war stories, you know? Whoa, you know? I guess I had kind of an impact, did I? Too bad I couldn't smoke weed back then, you know? Give me some confidence. I thought I was ugly, you know? Then like to fight and so did a lot of other people, and they got knocked the fuck out. Yeah, the legend grows or whatever. It's like this, dude. Get on stevia, melt down, and maybe it'll wake your mom up to the fact that Tom Leahy bilked your dad out of every dollar that he invested. Because if the fucking point of the endeavor is to have a return on your investment, then Tom Leahy not even making the attempt to cure Bobby Chacon, that's a actionable offense in court, okay? Joan Quinn is a witness. Tom told her that he was going to make the attempt to cure Bobby Chacon. He told me to. He stopped Manatech, an alternative. And you know what? I'd say Tom's on the hook for how many fucking dollars? And you guys are thinking about selling that nice beachfront property? Oh, wow. Cha-ching. Right there, man. I'm a smart motherfucker, dude. And it's like this, Russ Burnell. There's a possibility, okay? You could talk to my cousin, Andy Reva, all right? Really. You know, he's not locked up in a federal pen. And ask him if Mark Brandon wasn't my friend, you know? I mean, what do you think? If Mark has a 6.9 AMG Mercedes and the engine is like $40,000 flown in from fucking Germany, you know what? This belly's going to fucking buy, if it wanted to, you know, how many fucking engines like that. But needless to say, you know, let me drive it for a couple weeks while he was on business in New York. Yeah, he liked me a long time. And you know what? He offered in the past to do. Okay, now you interpret what do you want me to do him, all right? The guy that handcuffed me to a tree, if he offers to do that, whatever do means, if I'm in the NFL, dude, and I'm not liking you, and I ask him, you know what? Yeah, I didn't want you to do my beep, but would you do a pussy right now? What do you think he would have said? You know what? Funny fucking movie. Dan Quinn, who never liked coaches pretty much, because most of them were, you know, pieces of shit, man. At least in my fucking experience, really. And me going to the NFL and me not liking some guys and fucking beating the shit out of them. You know, I mean, not just beating the shit out of them, but, you know, clowning him, making him fucking attack me, whatever. It's not too fucking hard. You know what I'm saying? I mean, really, if you think about it. And, you know, potentially fucking having asshole coaches around the NFL fucking disappear. You know what happened? You know what? Hey, make room for the next one, and hopefully he's not such a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, maybe that would have spread some good cheer, you know, and gotten coaches to stop acting like tiny little versions of Holtz and Hitler. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, yeah, that's just one funny possibility for a movie. And Jack Del Rio. Another possibility for a movie is you contacting USC and using your legend and saying, look, okay, to fucking put Dan Quinn, shut his mouth, one way or another, okay? Ask all the PhDs to actually blend stevia in water. And then, you know what, USC students, put it like this. What do you think? I'm pissed that Russ Purnell fucked up and I had to make the play at Notre Dame, and so no one knew about Dan Quinn. Now, if I make the play at USC, I'm thinking pretty much everybody knows about Dan Quinn. And, you know, would that be cool for USC to have, what, the guy who discovered how to turn water into a healthy fuel so we don't burn this planet up, all right? We don't fucking use atomic energy, you know, that creates shit that will fucking burn holes for the, I mean, it's like the worst poison on earth, you know? And that's all from the rich. That's all the rich do. They turn their back on nature. Nature could actually replace everything that toxic chemicals do, except the rich don't want that. And what they'd rather do is keep all the money in accounts and then let all this land go fallow, and the stuff that they do use, they're toxifying the fuck out of the planet with it, all right? And it's got to be stopped. Those 2 earthquakes, brother, really, they're going to start happening with much more frequency. The reason, tectonic plates are fucking settling, man, okay? Yeah, there's not as much water, even though what you think you see is water, okay, blend. Oh, you see it? It's been floating there for a long time. Why doesn't it fucking just turn back into water right away, all right? Wow. Looks like some of the stuff that we poured down the sink and the drain over, what, the last 100 years? Over how many hundreds of millions of drains, okay, around the world? And it's all toxic. It's all shit. And it could all be replaced by stuff in nature. Do you think that the people who made the rules don't know the fucking game we're playing? That we're talking about our planet, all right, for the survival of you, me, your kids, mine. Doesn't matter that you're a millionaire, dude, if the shit hits the fan, or does it, you know? I'll tell you what, man. Finding out who the culprits are, everybody who sold property, okay, along the fucking coasts, you know what? Moving back because maybe the fucking coastline is going to change a little bit, you know, with global warming, all that water coming back into play. They're not warning anybody that lives along the coast. You know what? We just saw what happened with one earthquake, okay? What happens when all the fucking snow melts or the ice melts and it all comes back in? So it's going to rise the sea level. A lot of people are going to die, man, and it doesn't have to happen. We can actually blend that all that toxic soap, and instead of letting it go back down the drain or back into water, what we can do is put it in plastic containers, okay, and store it somewhere until we can figure out what the fuck to do with it, because it ain't no good. And then all that water coming back in, I'm not sure if it's enough to actually replace all the stuff that we burned up in our gas tanks. Google it, brown water, 16 H's to, or 14 H's to 6 C's, and, you know, it's poof, gone in a burning fucking cauldron called internal combustion, designed to kill this planet, dude. And, yeah, so we have Andy Reva getting on stevia. You know what? It's a lot cheaper than that shit that you were doing, dude. And you know what? Yeah, your mom could file a suit against Tom Leahy for breach of contract because he didn't fucking carry out. See how that shit's almost gone? I get all that shit out of the water that I drink, dude. And Bon LaPool can rock me, and it doesn't knock me out. And then I break his collarbone at like 145. Check it out, you know, because I could do it to everybody in the Jacksonville Jaguars. I mean, seriously, you know, I'm being respectful, but it's not like if I actually had a camera on me and it was allowed that I couldn't fucking walk in and say, look, you know what, I'm here to be cool, but if there's anybody that thinks they fucking want to test me, you know what, let's set it up for the cage, and we'll go from there, because you know what, amazing. Cage fighters get paid so little compared to football players, and I'll tell you what, heard a funny story about Boss Rutan and Brian Urlacher, and I'll tell you what, Brian, it's a good motherfucking thing you didn't change your ways and stop acting like a football dick, because that dude would have lit you up like Pinata on Cinco de Mayo.